chungus! Season 2 is kind of a weird season to talk about for me. On one hand, in terms of progression and gameplay loop, this season is f***ing awesome. A small percentage of the loot pool is my main issue with this season, but that small percentage dominates said loot pool. If you're fighting someone long range who has a hollow twister or an AUG, would you want the collateral, the AUG, the hollow twister, or the new sniper? Well, the answer is actually neither of those options, because the only answer for long range is a gun that came out of the shadows, so to speak. The Mammoth pistol. Now, I have a weird relationship with the Mammoth. I think it's a creative idea to essentially have a blunderbuss-like gun that does one powerful shot, but the fact that its hit scan makes it so that any sniper in that loot pool is extremely redundant. Now, I don't blame Fortnite for bringing back a gun that a lot of people enjoyed since it simmered in Reload's loot pool for months, but to me it just seems like, hey guys, you like this gun? Well, we're bringing it back. It's a smart move on their part in terms of promotion. Speaking of promotion, what the fuck was up with the marketing for this season? They kept trying to hype up this stupid pickled Chungus skin, which I totally called by the way, and they just had him be a dickhead to T-Pain. This rat beef angle with diss tracks is obviously trying to reference a certain rat beef that's been pretty popular. I know that Fortnite had to make the beef PG, but I don't know, I feel like they could have made it a more serious conflict. All pickled Chungus did was knock shit over, steal T-Pain's laptop, and just run off with it. Sorry, I went off script there. The pulse scanner is the Emma Frost medallion, but better executed in my opinion. The laser isn't really that overpowered. I think it's a fine addition. And the gold splash and gold rush feature in general is a better and balanced version of the nitro splash. I love shit like this. The med mist is a remarkable healing item. Fortnite literally never misses when it comes to shit like this. They're smoking weed over there like, smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day. I understand why they brought back the sticky grenade launcher. Thematically, it fits. Well, you get to shoot the vans and shit with grenades. But a better replacement would have been the Anvil rocket launcher since it's specifically made for vehicles. But that answer probably won't sit well with people. Not because it wouldn't fit thematically out of the two, but because one is easier to use and can get help with getting free kills and cheaply shoot down builds. The sticky grenade launcher is one of the more infamous spammy weapons in recent years. I think it's obnoxious in builds and zero builds. If Cypher gets annoyed from an item, then you know it's stupid.
Is this guy for real?
This season saw the addition of the Kneecapper item. Many people immediately compared it to the Typhoon Blade given its similar rotational and offensive capabilities, and the public opinion was, it's the Typhoon Blade but more balanced, or this is what the Typhoon Blade should have been. And people were right when saying that, but it's very important to think about how that statement reflects on the balancing issues with this game. There are times when Fortnite takes the necessary steps to nerf or buff things that need it. I'll give credit where credit's due, but there's also a lot of times where they either marginally tweak something or just never touch it at all during the season. In reality, the end goal of making this item super balanced and fun at the same time wouldn't really be worth it for Fortnite because they're already working on releasing a reskinned version of the Blade for season 2. You get accolades from every side. Sword haters can go, well, at least the sword's gone. Sword and bat lovers can go, oh, it's super fun. Content creators can go, well, it's new content to cover, so why not soy jack over it? The updated vaults, armored vans, the train, and the black market are absolutely phenomenal additions. I always welcome new ways to spend your gold because prior to the season, yeah, you can hire a little NPC helper or spend gold at a vending machine, but most of the time you're gonna max out your gold and sit on it like some DuckTales shit. There is always something to do, and honestly, it's quite refreshing.
Oh my god.
Oh, it is like sex.
The new boons are great, I can't complain there. Bringing launch pads back into the game is something that I'm really glad they did. The 4 new POIs are mostly fine. I like shiny shafts because it's a mine shaft mimicking shifty shafts, and I love shifty shafts more than I love my family.
You've never mattered all that much to me.
My least favorite is probably Evil Lavish Lair. Yes, it has the most loot density out of all 4 POIs, but it's such a bitch to navigate sometimes, just like how Lavish Lair was. The wolf from Bad Guy's Medallion is basically the pre-buff Nitro Medallion, and if I'm being honest, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Fletcher Kane not being specifically mapped to a specific location every single game is pretty cool in my opinion, and instead is mapped to a different bank every single game. But you know where he is when you're on the battle bus, so why not just land where Fletcher Kane is?
She's not here. And who is that?
When talking about the shield medallion, this to me is probably one of my favorite medallion abilities ever. It does everything right. It's a little enhancement, It doesn't impact your chances of winning the game. It's funny how there's a lot of players out there that are like, well, that's fucking stupid. It needs to be more powerful. Like, seriously? Do you guys really need everything? What could you possibly want? You have the Mammoth pistol in the game, the mythic version having 2 bullets, an explosive exotic one on the way. You have the sticker grenade launcher that an 80-year-old coughing up dust can use without any problems. You have the nitro medallion back, essentially. You have a reskinned typhoon blade that could launch players to the fucking moon, and you have a sub-zero item that you can exploit and become the fastest thing on planet Earth. Does everything really need to be broken?
Yes!
Look, I know I seem like an ungrateful piece of shit, but I think this season's cool. This season feels like a movie. The gameplay loop feels seamless. You feel like a robber or something who is rebellious and whatnot. The mid-game progression additions they added are probably one of the coolest things they've done in a while. There's just some loot pool problems that rub me the wrong way, and my only hope is that this season doesn't get tarnished midway through. Do you think I'm a dumbass? Let me know if you do. If you don't use my creator code in the item shop, I'll tell my goons to do something rather nefarious to you. But do me a favor. Have a wholesome day and fly away today.